so we are going to walk through, again, the process of getting to Canvas, make sure we can find, the modules, find the playlist, all of that. So we're gonna do this every day, just for the next, probably this week and next week, because people still don't have iPads. If you do not have an iPad, you do need to be following along up here so that you do have somewhat of an idea of how to get there. Alright, so remember, you can go through Rapid Identity, or you can go through ClassLink. Give me a thumbs up when you are on the home screen of Canvas. Okay, make sure you go into your math class. Now there are two ways to find the materials for the day. So remember, you can go on the playlist, which is fine, or you can go to modules. Everyone click on modules. Hold on, you're gonna have to refresh it because I forgot to publish it today. All right. Now, everyone hit refresh. And scroll down, and you should see Thursday. This is the foldable from Friday. From Tuesday, we've already done it, so we're going to take a little bit of different notes. That was just in case we didn't get through everything on Tuesday. And then you are going to be doing a task card activity with dividing fractions. Okay? And that is it for today. So hopefully you have enough time to get the task cards done so you don't have to do them at home. Now let's walk through, let's say you're at home and you didn't finish all your task cards and you need to do that for homework tonight. Raise your hand and tell me, starting from my home page. So starting from this page, raise your hand and tell me where I would go first if I needed to finish the task card activity for today. Ronnie. Okay, so go to Math Grade 6 Kenny. Alright, where's one place that you can find the materials for class today? Emmeline.
Modules.
So I can go to modules, and then when I'm in modules, where do I go?
You scroll down to Thursday, September 8th.
Okay. And then,
Click the words of the assignment and do this.
right. So guys, these are hyperlinked right here. Okay, what that means is you can click on that, and it's going to pull up the PDF of that assignment. Okay, so this is, like I said, this is our foldable from Tuesday. And then this is going to be the activity for today. Okay, so again, you click on it, and obviously it's not a pretty color, but it's the exact same thing. All right, and so that's one way. So if I'm back on my home screen, what's another way I can find the material from today's lesson? Mikhail? Huh? On the playlist, so same thing. Excuse me, so it's hyperlinked here. And it is hyperlinked here. Okay, I will help you in a minute, son. Just follow along for now. Excuse me. Now, I will let you guys know that the documents are shared to Craven County emails only. I do not share out and make them available to every type of email address. Reason being is this is technically on the internet, so therefore like anybody who has access to my playlist will have access to the material. Some of the stuff is copyrighted because of Open Up. Some of the stuff I have purchased and technically I'm not allowed to share. So if your parents are trying to click on the link, it's not going to allow them to see it. It's going to request access for them. So I'm not going to give them access. I'm gonna let you know that now. If you log in on your iPads though and click on it, you have access to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so just kind of a heads up, like if your parents are trying to help you, I get that and I understand, but you have that card. You can log in to Rapid Identity from any device. It doesn't have to be your school iPad because you have your Rapid Identity number and you have your password. So even if you don't have an iPad and you're at home trying to do your work, you can still log in to Rapid Identity. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And I still owe you one, but you don't have an iPad yet, right? Okay. Are there any, don't tell me you don't have an iPad, son, I know, but you have your card, correct? Okay, she doesn't have her card yet. 4 iPads, I know that I have 2. One was for Cooper, one is for Emma. And then they got some down in Miss Sandoval's room. They only gave us like 16 or 17 yesterday, and we have 20 plus kids in 6th grade who do not have iPads. I don't know when we're getting iPads. Originally, if you don't stop them, they'll make you stand. I don't know when. Originally, they told us everyone would have an iPad by Tuesday. Obviously, that came and went. It's now Thursday. Apparently, they have to request iPads from Tech Center, so there is no telling when we're going to have an iPad if you don't have it. And I apologize. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. I know. Why do you think I'm moving this way? I do not know when you're gonna have an iPad, and I apologize. Technically, tomorrow we're supposed to be taking our AIMS test. I don't know how that's gonna happen. I don't know. So we're just gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep rolling, and we'll get it done. Okay? Go ahead. We have a few more minutes. Find somebody to do quietly. Alright, let's go ahead and close your iPad. Get your math notebook out. I know, it's super weird, I don't like it. Yes. Always. My soul is black, so therefore, there's always black on. There we go. Okay, so please get out your math notebook and copy down on the next 2 pages, blank pages, starting on the left. Dividing fractions notes and dividing fractions practice problem task cards.
said something about like bringing my homework from that. You know, like I didn't bring my math notebook yesterday because we're gonna into my other math notebook.
Yes.
Do I need to do that?
Not right now. That's something that you need to remind me before we get started with our lesson. But we'll have time. I'll be able to do it or before we leave class today. What do you need next time?
You said you were gonna check our notebook for the homework. Me and I think Bella.
Okay, so I literally announced, is there anybody who has their homework before we went over this? Like before we even started going through Canvas? Just, we'll do it at the end. Guys, I'm trying to get started with the lesson. I understand. But is the beginning of the lesson the time to say, hey, you need to check my homework? Hey, we need to do this. When is that time? Before or after? Not in the middle, not at the beginning. Oh, Lord, children. All right, so the biggest thing that we need to remember when we are dividing fractions is that you cannot divide mixed numbers or whole numbers by a fraction. So to start with, we are going to take notes, refresh our brains on how to change a mixed number to an improper fraction. All right. So what is the first step when you're changing a mixed number to an improper fraction? First step. Ronnie?
You take your phone number and you put it into the fraction part.
How?
You send it to 4 and it's 1 or half. You would take the 4 and it would equal 8 because the 4 times 2 equals 8 anyway.
That's what I was looking for. So you essentially are going to multiply your denominator and your whole number. So multiply denominator and whole number. So we're going to do 2 times 4, which gives us what? 8. Okay? Step 2. What is step 2?
Add the 1/2 or add the so my half.
No, you guys are skipping steps. And I know that some of you might understand and know how to do this, but there's not everybody in here does. So therefore, we can't skip steps. So yes, we multiply our denominator and our whole number. Then we do what with our answer and our numerator?
Add the numerator.
To what?
The 8, the denominator whole number that you multiply.
To the answer. Okay, so then we're gonna do 1 plus 8, which gives us 9, and then step 3. And this is one of those steps that we forget a lot. So what is step 3? So once we figured out our new numerator, that's what we did. We did 2 times 4, which gives us 8, plus 1 gives us 9. how do we rewrite that then as an improper fraction? We have to put our answer over what? Over what? Raise your hand. What's
The
it?
numerator?
The original numerator? Okay. So put your answer over original denominator, sorry. My bad. So then it would be 9x. Okay? This is the most important thing when you're dividing, but it's also the most important thing when you are multiplying too. You cannot multiply, you cannot divide mixed numbers. All right. Questions? How many of you guys kind of remember that now? Okay? That is going to be something that you're gonna have to practice, you're gonna have to remember, because we're not gonna teach you that this year. We're gonna talk about it and we expect you guys to know it, but we're not teaching you it. So this is the only time you're gonna get some notes like this. All right, dividing fractions. All right, so we're just gonna start off with an easy one. All right, what is the process for dividing? What's the process? If you're not sure, you do have this foldable in your notebook that you can go back to and look at it there if you're not sure. Mikhail. All right, so you're going to keep, change, flip. What that means is you're keeping the first fraction exactly as it is. So you're keeping you're keeping half. Now, change, what do you do when you change? Ethan? Yes. So you're changing from that opposite of division to multiplication. And then the flip, what do you do with that last fraction? Get some new hands, new friends today. Put your hand down, I'm not calling on you. Mila. Right, so you are essentially flipping these two. So this becomes 3 over 1. All right, and then from here, what do we do? So keep, change, flip, or finding the reciprocal. That's the 6th grade term for keep, change, flip, is finding the reciprocal. So we just did the process to find the reciprocal. Now, what is it telling us to do? What is it telling us to do? Gemma?
Times 1/2 times 3, 1.
3 over 1, yep. So 1 times 3 gives me 3. 2 times 1 gives me 2. Now, this is an improper fraction, correct? What I highly recommend is if you have answer choices, to look at your answer choices before you do something with this. Because sometimes you'll be so like in the groove of changing it to a mixed number and your answer choices, you don't have to because it's in improper fraction form. However, we're going to change it to a mixed number. So how do I do that? What do I have to do? Again, we talked about this. Did we talk about this? No, we did not talk about this. All right, so yes, we did. No, we didn't. I feel. Why do I think I like? Yeah, we talked about it right here.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah, so we did talk about it. All right, so I knew, but it was in different terminology. But so how do I get my improper fraction to a mixed number? Kylie.
You divide the denominator.
Right, so I'm going to do 3.
So we didn't just look at that thing.
Listen, guys, I'm going to do 3 divided by 2. So how many times can I multiply 2 to get close to 3 without going over?
1.
1 time.
It's 1.
How many of you guys have ever seen that?
Never.
Where you circle the quotient, you circle your remainder, and you circle your divisor. All right, this is almost a foolproof way to write your mixed number. So your quotient becomes your whole number. Your remainder becomes your numerator. And your divisor is your denominator. So you go 1 and a half.
So I didn't see the circle thingy, but I know the ones in the 1 half.
Yeah.
Because that's just how it is.
All right, so that's just dividing a fraction by a fraction. So now let's go ahead and divide a whole number by a fraction. So we're gonna do 3 divided by 2/3. What do we have to do here for this one? What do we have to do? Because we can't just divide. What do we have to do? I need new friends today. I've seen William.
Put a 1 under the 3
Why?
to make it a fraction.
Yes.
So you can divide or multiply.
Yes. You cannot, ladies and gentlemen, just divide 3.
Yeah.
All right, so you've got to put your whole number, doesn't matter what the whole number is, but you got to put your whole number over 1. And then we go through our process again of keep, change, flip. Guys, stop. If I don't need to review this, please let me know. We will get right into the lesson today. You are not paying attention and you're being extremely rude. All right, so keep, change, flip. So I keep the first one. What do I do? What do I do? Aiden.
You change the division symbol to multiplication.
Okay, and then flip. What do I do there? Christiana, guys, speak up.
2/3
Did you say 3/2?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I just can't hear you. All right, and then from here, what do we do? What do we do, Kyra? Right. So 3 times 3 is 9. 1 times 2 is 2. Can we leave it as 9 halves? No, we cannot. What do we do? Kaya. All right, what can I multiply 2 by to get close to 9 without going over? Cooper? All right, which becomes 4 and a half. I'm not telling y'all to stop again. Do you understand? All right, last example that we're going to do. Give me a mixed number. Not like the meanest mixed number in the world, but just give me a mixed number. Mila. 2 3/4. All right, someone give me a fraction. Troy. 7/10. Trying to be mean to us today.
Yep.
All right, what do we do first? What do we do first? So we have 2 3/4 divided by 7/10. So what do I have to do first? Kylie.
You have to multiply your denominator and your whole number and then add your numerator
All right, so I'm gonna do 4 times 2, which gives me 8,
and then add 3, which is 11.
11, and then what's my original denominator? All right, am I ready to start the keep, change, flip process now? Yes, because I have 2 fractions. All right, so keep, change, flip. So I'm keeping the first one, changing my operation, and flipping the second one.
That's gonna be a high.
It's okay. All right, Now, what do we do once we do our key change flip, aka find the reciprocal? What do we do? This is the easy part. Everybody should know this part. What do we do here? Look,
You multiply 11 by 10 and 4 by 7.
okay. So, easy one is the 4 by 7. I know that's 28. Alright, you guys do the hard work and do 11 times 10 and then let me know what your answer is. If you forgot, do it on your paper, don't tell me. You should be doing 11 times 10 on the side of your paper. So over here. Bell. 110. All right. Now, can we leave 110 28ths as our answer? Depending, but no, not today. So what do we do with 110 28ths? Leo, what am I going to do with 110 28ths?
You divide it.
So I'm going to do 28 divided by 10, 110, or 110 divided by 28?
110 divided by 28.
Okay? Alright, so these are not like hard numbers, but they're not nice numbers either. Do you understand what I mean when I say nice numbers?
Yeah.
Alright, raise your hand and tell me, what do I mean when I say nice numbers? Mikhail.
Kind of like small numbers.
Not necessarily small numbers, because I mean technically they're two even numbers. So I mean that makes it a lot easier. But look at the numbers. We have 110 and we have 28. Like, can we just look at 28 and say, okay, I know it's going to be 5, and that's going to go in evenly? No, I don't know that. So that is why these are not nice numbers, because it's not super easy. But with that thought process, if I said, well, let me think, 28 times 5, that's going to give me 40 Karen McFour, it's going to give me 10, that's 140. So therefore, I know that I'm not going to go above 5. So now I'm going to the side, I'm going to do 28 times, what do you think, 3?
Yes.
You want to try 4? All right, let's do 4. So 8 times 4 is 32. That's going to be 12, 34, 50. So clearly I can't do math. Sorry, that's 11. 112. That's 2 over, right? So we know then that it's got to be 3. So that's going to be what? 4, carry my 2, that's 6, 7, 8. All right, so my answer is 3 and 26 28ths.
Yep.
Now, what can I do with that 26 28ths though? What can I do, Ronnie? Right. So what am I going to divide 26 and 28 by? 2. All right, so 26 divided by 2 is what? 13? Divide 3. And 28 divided by 2 is 14. All right, can we simplify 13 14ths anymore? So that is our answer. All right, stand up when you have all of this copied down. Why are we talking? Alright, so the next part of our lesson today, you are going to be working on your table. And there are 24 task cards, okay? And they're numbered today, so you don't have to, like, if you do have to do this at home tonight, you don't have to go through and like figure out which one we left off of. So there are 24 of these. Now, at the moment, we are going to start by working independently. Because I feel like we're just a tad bit too chatty today. I wanted you to work with partners, but I feel like might not be the best to start with. Now, depending on how people are working, I'll wait, because I can't even give directions without people talking over me. If, halfway through, I see that you guys are really on task, I might let you work with the person sitting next to you or your group members if you're sitting in a group of 3. But I will leave that up to you. Now, all of these are dividing fractions on the task cards. So everyone, we're going to do one together. So we're going to do, just so you have an example, because even though I give examples, I feel like we still don't understand. All right, so number 1 says 4/5 divided by 2. All right? Sorry. So 4/5 divided by 2. Do you have an example from your notes today that will help you, remind you, whatever, to solve this problem? Yes, you do. That was part of the reason that I wanted to put these 3 down here. So when we have a whole number, what must we do with it? What must we do with it? Cooper? All right, so I'm going to do 4/5 divided by 2 over 1. All right, are we ready to do our keep, change, flip now?
Yes.
Yes, we are. So keep, change, flip. So I'm going to keep 4/5, change my operation, flip my second fraction. From here, what do we do? Camden? How? Okay, so I'm going to do 4 times 1 is 4, 5 times 2 is 10. What do I need to do with this answer? Ronnie? Simplify. So all of your questions today, if it doesn't say simplify, like there are some word problems, okay? So if it doesn't say simplify in there, that's fine. But ones like this, I want you to simplify your answer. So just straight computation, like we're doing right here, I want you to simplify these answers. If it is not specific, then in the word problem, then you don't have to. All right, so I'm going to divide this by 4. Well, 10 and 4 are both even numbers, so it should work, right?
10 can't be divided by 4.
Why not? It's an even number.
4 times 4.
Tyra, why? You're so frustrated with me right now. Why?
You can't.
Tyra, huh?
You just see how many times 4 can be 10.
Well, how many times? 2.5. 4 can go into 10 2.5 times.
Yeah, but it can only go evenly.
What'd you say, Ronnie?
Needs to be equally.
Needs to be equally. So that's what you're telling me. You're like, lady, don't work, right? No, it doesn't work. So also, listen, guys. Remember, when you are simplifying, and again, I know this might be a review for some of you guys, but some of you need a refresher. When you are simplifying, it has to go in evenly. All right, so yes, we are going to divide by 2, and we are going to end up with 2/5. That is your answer. Now, you have an example of all of the work that is expected to answer questions.
Okay.
That's part of the reason I also did this. So there's no like, well, I didn't know you wanted that work. I didn't know you wanted, no, I ain't trying to hear that. I'm not. I gave you an example for your task cards today, and I gave you 3 examples down here. We didn't just go from here to our answer. You've got to show how you're getting to your answer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you're going to have a little strip for each one of these. Not just, equation and answer. You have equation, answer, I'm gonna tell you to do it again. Alright. Pass out the task cards for you guys. You do not necessarily have to do these in order, so like I said, because they all have numbers on them. Again, you are working by yourself to start with. I'm going to come around and check your homework from last night, or last week's slash homework. That is going in the grade book, so hopefully you got it done. And depending on how we're working, will depend on if we continue to work independently or you get to work with a partner. Any questions before you get started? Do I care what number you start on? No. Do I want you to write the number that you are working on? Yes. Hold it your hand. All right, get to work.